Now we're going to talk about basic mortgage qualifying. In other words, we're going to talk about mathematic processes that have to do with banks. An origination fee is an upfront fee to cover the cost of processing a loan application. In real life, it's usually about 0.5% to 1% of the mortgage amount. When I say 0.5%, I mean 0.5%. Loan-to-value ratio is the amount borrowed from the bank compared to the price of the real estate. And if you're cool, you call loan-to-value ratio LTV. Now let's try some questions. First question. Loan amount is $325,000. Bank charges 1% for loan origination. How much will the buyer have to pay for the loan origination fee? Answer. Loan origination fee is a percent of loan principal amount. So we take the loan amount times the origination percent and get the origination fee. Pretty straightforward, and we wind up with $3,250. Next question. What is maximum mortgage loan on a $1 million property if the bank uses an 80% loan-to-value ratio? This is a typical question you might encounter. And you simply multiply the value by LTV percent. So the value, which is $1 million, and the LTV percent, 80%, which is pretty standard, and we come up with $800,000 loan amount. Question. Pam wants to buy a home for $300,000. The bank offers to lend her $240,000. What is the loan-to-value ratio? Well, the answer is to find the LTV, divide loan amount by value. So the loan amount we know from the question is $240,000 divided by the value, which is $300,000, and we wind up with 0.8, which is the same as 80%. Before approving a mortgage, the lending bank looks at the borrower's housing qualifying ratio and total debt-to-income ratio. Housing qualifying ratio is sometimes called front-end load, and total debt-to-income ratio, including housing debt, is called back-end load. Question. Sam makes $4,000 per month gross income. His bank uses a housing qualifying ratio of 28%. How much monthly PITI can Sam afford? Now, please be sure that you remember what PITI is, because it is an abbreviation that is frequently used on tests. And PITI, of course, is your housing costs, and it stands for principal, interest, tax, real estate tax, that is, and insurance. Answer. The bank does not want Sam to spend more than 28% of his gross income on his housing costs, which are PITI. So we take the gross income times the bank's housing qualifying ratio, and we wind up with the maximum PITI that Sam will be allowed. And if we multiply 4,000 times 28%, we wind up with $1,120. Sam can afford to pay $1,120 per month in PITI. Next question. Pam's gross annual income is $45,000. If her total monthly debt, including housing, is $1,350, what is her debt-to-income ratio, which is sometimes abbreviated as DTI? First, the debt must be annualized to compare with annual income, so multiply by 12 months. Take the $1,350, multiply by 12 months, and you get $16,200. Now you take the annual debt divided by the gross income, so $16,000 divided by Pam's annual income, which is $45,000, and you wind up with 36% or 36% DTI.